Well, I am super excited about today's product review. We are going to be checking out this AllPowers S700 portable power station with solar charging abilities. I'm very, very excited. So anybody that's watched our channel for any length of time knows I love solar stuff. Anything to do with photovoltaic, solar power, I've always been intrigued with it. We do not have solar on our house, and most of the stuff that we have that's solar powered is lighting. So we've got pool lights that are solar powered. We've got lights around the farm, down at our gate, everything like that. That's solar powered. What's exciting about this, I've actually been looking for something like this for quite a while. We've been approached by several companies about these sort of things. We've not done any of these yet. This is the first one. So let me turn the camera around and we'll do a quick overview real quick, and then we're going to go try it out. So this is the power station itself. So if you look here, I've got it charging. It's getting 41 watts of power from the solar panels right now charging. And that is because it is totally overcast. It has been very, very cloudy today. Very cloudy. So these, on a good sunny day, these little panels will produce 130 to 140 watts for charging up this station. So the cool part is you don't have to use the solar to charge it. It actually has the ability, you can plug in like an AC inverter in your house, or these little doodads here. It's got a couple of ways of charging. These are all outlets. So you can plug in different attachments, USB, mini USB, or I guess it's called USB-C. But anyway, all these are like charging stations, and then it's got two 120 volt outlets on the front. Also has these nifty little lights. So like for camping, this thing would be awesome. So I'm excited to dive in. So we'll look at the box here that it came in. This is some of the specs. So it's got a lithium-ion battery, which is awesome. It's not, it's not something you can change out the battery on. So it's good that it's lithium-ion. It'll last a really long time. The capacity, of course, and the milliamps, the weight, the size. So AC out. So continuous 700 watts. That's about about right at 6 amps of usage on 120 volts. So it does surge up to like 11.5, almost 12 watts of surge. So that's going to be handy for a fan or something like that, where it's got a lot of surge in the beginning. So it does the car outlets, USB, all that good stuff, if you're interested in all that. So solar panel. This is really cool because now they're not meant to be out in the rain, which is fine. But as you can see, they unfold and they set up like so. And the cord actually winds up and goes into a little pouch. And it even gets better than that. Let me put the camera down, I'll show you. So when it's all said and done, charging's done, you get these little connectors, you unconnect them. How cool is that? Folds up into like a little briefcase. So like I say, for camping, this thing would be sweet because you could, charge your phones, have a little fan running, have some lights, whatever, lamp. It's easy to carry. That's the best part that I like about it right there. But we got different plans for it. So we recently built this milking parlor, and I want to run power out here. Problem is, the closest place to get power is from the barn way up here, and that's about probably 350 feet away. That's just guesstimate running A to B. So by the time you account for voltage drop, just to run a 20 amp circuit out here, I mean, you're gonna have to at least run a number 10 wire, a 10 gauge wire. So 10-2 underground burial wire. So if you were direct burying it, right now a roll of 10-2 runs pretty close to $400 in our area, and I'm going to need more than one. So I might could get like a 250 and a 100 foot just to help save a little bit of money, but it's still going to be really, really expensive. By the time you can buy the breaker, the wire, a couple pieces of pipe for each end to sleeve it. So it's not something that was on our priority list. There's a lot of other things in front of it. So this, I'm hoping, is going to be the answer to our problem. So looking at probably $600 to run power out here. This box, this inverter with the solar panels right now is only 486 bucks. So to me, it's a no-brainer. And I'm stoked. So what I plan to do, right now we only have one light up in here. I just put a temporary recessed can light with an LED bulb in it. I don't know if I want to do one or two, but I want to see how bright this is with just one out here tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up, plug the light in. I'm also brought my little black fan out here. We're going to try that, plug that in, and see if that'll work on there. And then, so pretty much the only thing we're going to ever run is going to be a fan, a light, if it's early morning or late at night. And in the future, we will probably have an electric milking machine. So in the beginning, we plan on milking the cow, you know, by hand, teaching all the kids, learning how to milk by hand. And then for their time's sake, because having 12 kids and a farm is very busy, and we don't have time to sit out here for 45 minutes trying to learn how to milk a cow every single day. So we're going to get the hang of it, and then we're going to use an electric milking machine to milk our cow. So we want to be able to run that on there as well. So this should run everything that we need. That's what we're going to find out. So I put it in wide angle so you can see the light and this. I apologize, it's kind of a little bit of a distance. I have not tried this out yet. All I've done is charged. So we're going to be trying this out together for the first time. So I'm going to plug it in. And then I believe you have to hit the AC power button to turn it on. So when all else fails, get the directions. Stand by. Directions make a little bit of a difference. Okay, so press and hold the AC button for 3 to 5 seconds. Bingo. Fan just came on, lights on. Perfect. Awesome. So this is also made to, you can scan the little QR code doodad and set it up where you can control it off of your phone too, if you're into that sort of thing. So I'm interested, it's got Bluetooth on it, so I'm interested to see. I'm going to go ahead and plug the fan in and see if it'll come on. This is a pretty heavy duty fan, so. Cool. Runs it no problem, man. That's awesome. So we can have airflow moving around in here. To me, a fan is always a good load tester. So it when I was getting the directions out, I did notice there is an AC charger that comes with this for charging that up, and it does charge a lot faster on AC power. You can charge from 2 different places at once though, so you can charge it with AC and solar if you want, and it'll charge up faster, which is kind of cool. I've never seen that. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up a clock, and we're going to do time lapse and see how long it takes to drop like 10% of usage with the fan and the light going, to see how long the battery would last. So it took about right at 16 minutes for it to drop 10% of usage. That's with the light going and the fan going together. I don't know if you could see on the screen there, but it said we were only drawing 150 watts once it was up and running, roughly. You know, 148, 152, it was kind of bouncing back and forth, but about 150 watts of output is what it was saying that we were using on the screen there. So that, I mean, at that rate though, I mean, that's 160 minutes. So that's well over 2.5 hours of continuous runtime, and we wouldn't be we're not going to be out here that long using this. So I'm happy with that. I mean, I wouldn't even have to charge it every day at that rate. Every maybe once or twice a week is all I would have to charge it. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm gonna grab a couple more tools and see what we can actually use on this. I know for a fact, if you're doing fence, like board fencing, and you're using screw guns and drills and stuff, having this bad boy to plug your charger into and keep your batteries charged while you're working, that would be super handy. So let's get a few power tools and see what we can run. I think Rocky's found a friend, or a few friends. Got some buddies? You ain't gonna get much milk off of him, bud. Chicken milk don't taste that good anyway. What's up, buddy? All right, we're on. First thing we're gonna try is the jigsaw. Should run this no problem. No problem there. Now, I do not think it will run this. This is a 14 amp saw, but we're gonna try it and see what happens. It started it. Now I think it might have cut off. I don't know, let's see. But it started it. That's more than I thought it would do. Okay, so it probably cut it off then. Awesome. So it does have overcurrent protection, which is what I wanted to know too. So it's not going to run a gigantic 14 amp Craftsman skill saw, but that's not what it's made for. That's pretty impressive. So the battery life on this, according to the paperwork, is about, it says it's more than 10 years. So this should last for a really long time, which this is going to do everything I want it to do. This is great. All right, so we plugged this bad boy in, and it actually works on here fine. And according to this, it only draws about 350 amps, or 350 watts. So we're gonna try to cut this old pole off that we've not been able to get out. See if I can do it without using my cutoff wheel up. Perfect. Sweet. That's awesome. Well, this is going to do everything that I was wanting out here. So we're not going to use that much electricity out here, but I wanted to have power out here for, like, say, a light, fan in the summertime, and the milking machine. And that's all we're ever going to need out here. And that's going to run all of that without any problem. So it would be nice if these panels were made to be outside. They're not. But if they were made to be outside and get rained on, because I would just mount them up on the roof of the milking parlor here and have it wired in directly, have a permanent spot for it to charge, and that way I wouldn't have to take it in. As it is, I'm not going to have to recharge it that much anyways. So it's not a big deal. Overall, I'm pleased. I think it's definitely going to work for everything that we need. It would be handy for camping. Definitely would be handy for camping. So, you know, a lot of times with camping you want to have a little light or a fan, especially for just a breeze and for noise purposes. Keeps you from hearing the raccoons and the bears over in the woods, right? So you could also run a coffee pot. You can run your toaster. Man, the possibilities are endless. It would definitely be something that would be handy to have on a camping trip, especially for the price. It's not bad. So if you're interested in checking out AllPowers and all of their products, they actually have different inverters. I think they even have like a 1500 watt. I haven't even looked at all of them that they have, but this one's 700 watt continuous and 1400 watt surge, so which is what caused it to start that saw. I mean, I couldn't believe it even started the saw, so that was pretty impressive. So, but I'll drop a link down in the video description if you're interested in checking them out yourself. That'll take you to their page and let you see what they got going. So that's going to do it for today. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.